Hey, come on, one time for Katie, y'all.
Thank you. Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to a Florida Cemetery channel. I'm a Florida Golden Girl, your host. Today I'm doing a Disney Resort gift shop shopping spree. So I figured I would do a little bit of filming, and I'm currently at the Boardwalk, at the gift shop at the Boardwalk. So I'm going to show you a little bit of the merchandise that they've got. So they've got suckers, they have candy. If you want liquor, this is the prices for the liquor. So I figured I'd show you a little bit of the merchandise. We've seen these glasses before. We were at the Disney store at Disney Springs. And so they have these in different shapes and sizes. They're thick, and they're $15 for one. And then naturally you got all the usual coffee cups. This is their home and garden selection. You know, the coffee cups are not bad if you want to give them as gift. It's quite big, and so's the price. They want $20. And then they have aprons here. And then for those that continually go to Disney and visit, you have a countdown calendar. And then you've got a cookbook, and the cookbook is $20. You've got towels. You've got more cups. All their mugs are $20. Let's go and see what else they've got. So this is all Boardwalk, Disney Boardwalk themed. So the ears are $30. And then I have filmed the Abracadabra bar. And then if you want the $20. And then if you want the t-shirts, you've got that. And then they've got, for those that collect magnets, you've got that. They haven't updated these in a while. That's $15. But a lot of the other resorts have updated a lot of their stuff. And so for any of the Boardwalk stuff, if you want any of the other of the merchandise, that's $34. That's for if you want to decorate your tree with any of that stuff in. And it says this is new, and that's not true. Now, these are cute, and these are $32.99 if you're interested in something like that. What else do they have? So if you're interested in any, like 4th of July nonsense, they've got that. The material is super thick, and the price is $80. It's really, folks, you don't want to buy something like that because the material's super thick and you're here in Florida. Forget it. And they've got their 4th of July stuff out right now. And you're only going to really wear it, one day? Forget it. And they have the little monorail, Mickey mini monorail. Now this is new. And they want $15 for that. And then if you want any of their annual 26 stuff, they've got all that. And then they've got plush. they've got the little ones. And then over here, if you want to get something for, you know, the kids, you got the rubber Mickeys. And then if you like the toys, $35 each when you buy 2. That's Encanto and the Disney Parks ones, which I think out of all of them, those would be the ones I'd buy the most. And then you've got monorail, trains, Toy Story, and then you've got the Game of Life, where it's a Disney theme parks edition. That's kind of cool. And then you got Clue, but it's Disney villain one, so that's kind of interesting. And then, because now evidently board games are considered very popular, but that's all among the generation younger ones. So you have Rapunzel, Belle, Elsa, which are all $40. And then if you want the Cinderella carriage, and then more plush here, and all of this is $40. If you go to the resorts, the difference between the resorts and some of the stores is they all offer different things. Now, these are really popular, or the stickers. The stickers are about $6. No, they're $5 when you buy 3, 5 each. But the stickers have become quite popular. I myself have a few. Postcards and batteries. Keychains, I don't know. Who collects keychains? Nobody really does anymore. But I've bought a few of them and they don't last because they're freaking cheap. And then you've got your magnets. But these are the rubber ones. And look at what they're charging. So, and then these are more. Now I like that. Let's see if they got no, actually they don't. But the problem is that they're for like somebody that's a teenager because they go to your stomach. This is classic, and I actually like that. So some of the, you know. And then they've got youth basic tees, and it's 20 for 2. My bet would be to go to the souvenir shops outside, and you can get a better deal on t-shirts if you're looking for something like that. And then you got your ear bands. Best bet would be for the ear bands. Check the local thrift stores around the Disney area. Recycling the Magic. If you go to the Disney store off of International Drive, you can get better deals. You're just going to pay way too much, and you're only going to wear it for a couple days, and then the backpacks. Remember when I went to the Disney warehouse and they had backpacks really cheap? Here, I don't even want to begin to think how much they charge. $80. And if you go to the Disney warehouse, you're going to pay half of that. You have Pirates of the Caribbean. That's new merchandise. And then if you like the Crocs, I'm sorry. I have never owned a pair of Crocs, and I never will. And then you've got Disney headbands and this is really super cheap, the material anyway. But then if you like the little jewelry, that's what you're going to pay. And it's all according to tags. And then let's see. So if you do any badges for work, this is actually not bad. That's kind of cool. That would be something different. That's $17. when I worked, we had to have that, and those were quite handy. You could put all your stuff in them and whatever. And so this is fairly new merchandise here, folks. For the Disney Spa collection, I bought some of this for a friend of mine, and it's really cool. It's something different anyway. And so this is, sometimes I look at the clothes and I will actually buy it. But this is Lily Pulsar, and I don't see nothing here that sticks out. I'm not into the pink or anything like that, so. But it's cute, but nothing for me. I always feel that they have better selection of clothes for men than they do for women, because who is going to buy this nonsense? I am going to spend $949 on this. And this is
How much? Are you looking at
$949.
You need two of them.
Yes, folks. $949. And then this it's a jersey tank dress, and it doesn't have a price on it, but I can tell you that it's going to be expensive. And then these are the Vineyard Vines t-shirts they have. And so I look at the look at the men's. I mean, look at that. It's none of the nonsense. I mean, this would be stuff even if you're even. I have bought some of the men's stuff here, the shorts, and the shorts are just as nice, if not even better. You know. Now, let me tell you, these are good quality because it's Lacoste. No, it's Vineyard Vines, but they also have Lacoste. But you're going to spend $98. So that's kind of, and they really do not have a very good selection in clothes. And so these are some of the shirts that they have. And so this is pretty much what they have. So now you have Mickey shorts, but the fit is real awful. Now I like these, but the problem is, and they're $80, but who wants that nonsense in the back? Not me. And this is new. So let's see if they've got, now this is not bad. Now for like, it has a little Mickey on it, but look at this. That's not bad. So they have those. And then they have these that has that ripped look. And they want $32 for that. So that's not bad. And then if you like the socks is always something that's a great souvenir. So anyway, that's what they have here. So that was the selection at the Boardwalk gift shop, folks. And they have this stuff here. But our next stop is going to be the Riviera gift shop. So anyway, I want to thank you for coming along on this gift store. Let's on to the next adventure. Who's this handsome fellow here?
Hey,
Okay, so we are at the Riviera. Today is our wedding anniversary, folks. So we're gonna have dinner at the Riviera, and what we are gonna do is we are going to go to the gift store. So I am going to give the camera to my co-host so he can film me. So we have dinner tonight at Topolino's. And so our reservations are within the hour. And I figure we would go to Wabatu. Come on with me. Okay, so we're gonna. Okay, so you got to see the outfit that I'm wearing for our anniversary. And so we are here in the gift shop, and I figure, let's see what they've got. It's been probably a few months since we've been here. And so there's always going to be new merchandise coming. So their t-shirts run about $34. The only discounts I know they give is Disney Vacation Club and annual pass holder. And then they've got the Walt Disney World thing going on. And then they have these. That's kind of Disney Riviera type merchandise. And then they have these. Now this is kind of cute. Again, you're always going to see $20. So here's the Riviera merchandise there. The keychains are $18. I like now see, I like these. And they run almost $20. And then you've got t-shirts, you've got if they've got any new merchandise, you know, if you want to get, this is their spa collection. I recently gifted this to a friend of mine, so it's kind of cool. I like the bath salts. Those are pretty good. Now, believe it or not, I got my sidekick this, but it didn't have Disney Riviera Resort. I'm sorry. I'm not going to buy something like that that's going to have that nonsense on it. And then they have these. It is a candle, and they want $36 for it. And then, if you like Pandora, they always have a selection of Pandora. I'm not so into Pandora anymore like I used to be. Naturally, all of the junk food, if you need anything, and it's going to cost you money. So they've got sundries here, things like that. And so they have pins. And then they've got keychains, things like that. So they have small Disney vacation things going on. And then they've got these. I think I've talked to you about, this is Disney's home collection. I like that. No, this is kind of cool. No, they're mouse ears. That would make a cute little gift. It's the only thing I see that would make a cute little gift. The only magnet I seen I liked was the Riviera Resort one. That feels real cheap. And then if you like Vacation Club member, here's some of the pins here. And then if you like the magic bands, And then these are the magnets, things like that. Things are just really gone up. I just don't see anything here I like. But anyway, this is the gift shop. And so I collect the hotel magnets and, you know, just as a little souvenir thing. They redid them last year. But here is the here's the gift store, folks. And then you've got some bags and wallets. You're just gonna pay a higher price. But anyway, this is the Disney Rare gift store. And so I hope you enjoyed this little foray into the Riviera. And we'll see you at the next gift store, which will be at the Polynesian Resort. Okay, so I'm at the second of two gift stores here at the Polynesian. And so I just want to see what type of merchandise they have, because it's been many years. You have your usual mouse ears, it's almost $37. You have that Stitch. Immediately I think of Jeffrey and Chris, who would love that. I'm looking to see if they have any Polynesian Resort magnets. So if I recall, this was still the same, where they had a lot of Stitch. Here I am. Pins. I don't know why I'm not into the pin trading thing. And then I just want to, and then they have plush, and everybody's hovered around the thing. You have Moana. You have a lot of that nonsense. And then this is the smaller of them. There used to be another one, but they may have all changed. But they've got beach towels. We seen that at the Riviera when we went there. And then you got Disney's Railroad. That's new. And then you've got monorail. You've got different toys. It's the other one I want to explore, so. And then you got Tiana's Perfect Plan. And then Ohana's is right over there, so we're going to be checking out that in a moment. So, nothing really here, but it really hasn't changed much. It's kind of like still decorated the same. And then there used to be, right across the street, they used to have another one over there. So they had two on the second level. And if you go to the left, that's where the monorail is. So, okay, so we're gonna go back downstairs a little bit, which is right over there, and we're gonna check out that second gift shop. But so far, it's just the same. All right, and that is the Mercantile. Okay, folks, we're going to be doing a little merchandise shopping, and we're going to be doing a gift shop review here at the Tiki. So when I come in, the first thing I see is a lot of Polynesian Resort merchandise. If you want a cup, that's going to be $20. That's pretty much everywhere. So, the magnets, I don't know how much those are, but this is their exclusive resort merchandise. interesting. So that's all Disney. The beach towels are $35. So let me go. I was gonna go. So what I'm going to do is come back and I'm going to get a cup and then I'm going to get 2 of the magnets. And that's what I'm getting so far. So I guess, is that the same? Yeah, they have more magnets here. You could go on Epcot and buy those if you want. Sorry. But normally they're going to have the older ones. And I had the older Polynesian one, which they hadn't changed in years. Okay, so if you like anything else exclusive, they have Honolulu cookies. So this is $11. But it's got gluten in it, but it makes a great gift. So they have stuff here. They've got the Kona Disney coffee, Trader Series, Sinks. I'm just not impressed with what they've got, folks. And you want something like that, you're gonna pay $70. Now the shirts, I think they've got some cool shirts. I've looked around a little bit and seen some stuff. So if you're into something like this, it's a 25. And then if you want the hat, that's a real cheap material. That's $50. Would you buy something like that for $50? So, and if you want, so what I'm doing, so I do send the postcards. So these are really nice postcards. It's a really nice quality, unlike the cheap postcards from before. So I normally buy a few, and I have several pen friends that I write to. So now you've got Fantasyland towels and we've seen those before. The official cookbooks. And then these are the autograph books. And the autograph books are, depending upon the price, it's going to run anywhere between $15 and $30. And then here is, if you like the socks, I always say socks are a great option because you can't go wrong with selling socks. These are the crazy shirts I seen earlier. Now, how much are these shirts? Well, I'm gonna tell you, they gonna run you $80. So whether it's this, and it's cheap, folks. It's that cheap polyester material, and I mean, if you have like a crazy whatever day at work, or I mean, it's cool. But if you're looking for something that you're gonna buy for an investment, or you know you're gonna keep a while, I don't recommend. So I would buy this, but who wants to buy something like that with Walt Disney World on it? No. So Tommy Bahama normally has a resort line, and so this is the Tommy Bahama stuff for the men's. This is gonna be, it's $135. Tommy Bahama is just expensive, period. But I have always found if you go to the Tommy Bahama store at Disney Springs, They normally have a nice selection, but it's not going to be the same as they have here. It's just different. Now my sidekick has that shirt there, but that's here's one. And so he had those as well. They have some nice stuff, but let me ask you something. Would you pay $138? No, not for the shirt. Okay, so while I have a cup, I want to go and check and see what the women's line is like. So this is what they have. So I'm panning out so you get a good idea of what's going on. The backpacks, I'm telling you, you can probably go somewhere. You're not going to get something that nice. But do you really want to pay the outrageous price that they charge? No. Okay, so this is what they have for the women's Tommy Bahama line. No. This is 128. But it's 128. Oh, no. You couldn't pay me. And then I never liked the women's shirts because when you raise your heads, they do what's called ride up with wear. And then these are the socks. I always say the socks make great gifts. And then if you really want to go, if you're really that desperate, you got luggage. So, okay. Let me see what else they got here. So you've got, we've seen those at Riviera. So it's quite open. And so if you want any, I don't know if those are real. So, and then if you want any of the paints or whatever, I wouldn't do it. If you're going to invest in something like that, and you come to the area, go to Recycling the Magic, and so you got Stitch, and then you've got your usual jewelry
here. I love the little Mickey Mouse.
But the problem is those type of jewelries don't last because they're made of a real cheap material. And so here's the 1926 line they have. They've got baseballs. What are my thoughts about the gift shop? Not impressed. They used to have such better merchandise, and the quality, no matter where you go, has went down. But people will buy because it's Disney. So now, the only thing I truly would buy would be, like the Polynesian resort stuff. Couple of whatever to kind of just like bring souvenirs back. But if you're doing serious souvenir shopping, I've already given you a couple of ideas. And I've done previous videos on those, folks. And yeah, this is, you can come in from the lounge and it's pretty open. And then you can come in from the other way. But this is pretty much what it looks like. It's, I didn't miss anything. So, my thoughts, again, come for the exclusive Polynesian resort merchandise. But everything else, there's better options out there. You don't need to necessarily come here. So with that, we're gonna go check out. Thank you for watching. And I appreciate you coming along on the gift shop review of Disney resorts. So long for now. See you in the next travel adventure. Okay, so after we paid, we got further exploring to do.